Weapons School. We have a live trade brief here coming up in about an hour and a half at 1 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be covering this, folks. I told you this rally has hit a wall. Google earnings last night were absolutely disgustingly good. Google, G-O-G-G-L-E or L, is down 5%, and regular C shares is also down. That's about 4%, folks. Sell on the news. This is exactly what we predicted was going to happen, and we are banking money based on all this. If you didn't register for Options Weapons School yet, want to join us at 1 o'clock today and 7 o'clock tonight. We're doing a live trading session at 1 o'clock, and then tonight I'm going to demonstrate a training session, and I'm actually going to talk about getting long volatility, folks, because as I predicted last week, the VIX, the volatility index, is going to come alive again. Something's going to happen in the next couple weeks to freak the market the hell out. What's it going to be? I'm going to potentially brief you. I'm going to brief you on what potentially could be some of those things, so make sure you register here. All you need to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/join OWS. That means join Options Weapons School. It's free. It's all on me. As a matter of fact, I'll give you, what's that, $80 worth of stuff here, an options pocket checklist, the OPCL, and also our Top Gun Options trade plan, okay? So simply head to go.topgunoptions.com/join OWS. If you didn't attend last night, we knocked out our welcome aboard brief last night at 7 o'clock. We talked about the history of Top Gun Options, my biography. I gave you our strategic and operational as well as tactical methodology, and we talked about selling the fangs and our sector targeting, the 8 sectors that we're targeting pretty damn well in 2018. So the replay is up on this page from last night. Go.topgunoptions.com/OWS replay. Here we go, folks. The CENTCOM chief made a secret. We got a lot of secret and unprecedented trips going on out of the Trump administration. We had Mike Pompeo, the current CIA director, who is barely squeaking by to become our Secretary of State. Democrats, you're disgusting people. It's awful. You confirm this guy to be the CIA director, and then what's her name? Claire McCaskill, one of these female Democratic senators, said, I can't vote for the guy to be Secretary of State because he's pro-life. And Cory Booker, the racist senator from New Jersey, said, I can't vote for the guy because of his religious background. This is what the Democrats are passing for as being Americans. Litmus tests on abortion and your religion in order to serve this country. Enjoy your time in the wilderness. Anyway, the CENTCOM chief made a secret and unprecedented trip where? To Israel. Why? Because Russia is going to try and dump a boatload of high-tech weapons into Syria. What did Benjamin Netanyahu say? He said, if you deliver, he told Putin, if you deliver these weapons to Syria, I'm going to destroy them. And these weapons usually come with Russian crews that train them. I'm going to tell you, between us girls, the Russians also sent their, was it the S-500, whatever their newest air defense system is that allegedly would make us cry. Israel's been flying their F-35, a couple of their F-35 Joint Strike Fighters they got, over Iran. Over their nuclear sites, over some of their military bases. Iran can't even see them. So Putin send away. Why am I briefing on this? It is a very, very volatile world, folks. The Middle East, it's trying not to be a volatile world. I thought, and I still think that maybe this week we might get a historic announcement out of North and South Korea. They might end what the 60-plus-ish North Korean war. We are still technically, legally at war with North Korea, right? That's why we have a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, where North Korean and South Korean soldiers and American soldiers stand there and face each other, feet apart and fully armed. But we might have peace break out. And I'm sure the Nobel Committee is getting its write-up ready for both of these gentlemen, right? Because they gave a Nobel Peace Prize to Barack Hussein Obama after the dude got elected before he did anything. And what did he do? He actually pulled our forces out of Iraq, pun intended, and created a vacuum that created ISIS. So Barack Hussein Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for creating ISIS. Eric Peters, he's the chief investment officer at One River. Hey, China's best play with this whole trade war is to let the markets crash. Remember this, folks. Look at all this volatility, and you remember these 700 point up, 400 down, 300 up, 200 down. Remember this? Fears of a trade war on the lower third of Fox Business or CNBC for these past 2 months has been renewed fears of a trade war, and then the market would freak the hell out. Well, during this blue-collar climb off the 200-day moving average, what happened? Um, we haven't heard of a renewed trade war. I think Steve Mnuchin is on his way, or currently is, in China. Now, I get the adults are talking behind the scenes, and we might not have a trade war, which would be great. But if we get one of these, lower thirds on the TV saying renewed fears of a trade war, we're heading back down to this 200-day moving average. I think we're doing that anyway, folks, because of earnings, and we're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. But this is not good, folks. This blue-collar rally is over, and we got long volatility last week, folks. So, for the first time in 4 years, the first time in more than 4 years, the government bond is above 3%, man. So people are starting to say that, hey, you know what? I'd rather invest in government debt, baby. We still have the full faith and credit of the United States government, right? Treasury, at least for now. But this is a canary in the coal mine, folks. We're going to talk about this at 1 o'clock. Here's another canary. The VIX ETF, has had the biggest inflow in 5 years, as Goldman predicts the end of the low vol regime. We covered a little bit of this last night. We're going to cover it at 1 o'clock. Remember, our old resting heart rate on the volatility index was like a 9 or a 10. Nothing could freak this market out. And then a little bit of a hint of maybe interest rates increasing from Jerome Powell in January. The absolutely imploded, right? That's why the market imploded. Was all these short volatility traders. Volatility's never going to rear its ugly head again, and they all got wiped out. So, and then we, for the last 3 months, I call it our new resting heart rate. Our new resting heart rate was kind of up here in the upper teens. Remember, since the VIX came out in 1993, its resting heart rate has been a 19 or has averaged a 20. So that whole hanging down there at 9 and 10, we knew was going to end. I predicted it, and actually we saw some extremely profitable trades based on that call. So the rally literally has hit a wall. We are stalled, and the fact that Google reported, and I'm not calling it Alphabet, never will. If you don't know why I will never call it Alphabet, you didn't attend last night's session, and you really need to. But anyway, we've hit a wall. Bank earnings last week were historic. They were epic. JP Morgan has never in the history of JP Morgan since the dude was alive printed better earnings, and the stock sold off. This is not a good sign for the market. Oil's approaching 70. Can the economy take it? Oh boy. I get it that jobs are good. We have a lot of good macroeconomic data, but I'm starting to see some canaries in the coal mine, folks, and it's not good. We're going to talk at 1 o'clock about the FANGs. We had a trade expire on Friday, a 1 week bear call spread on Facebook that made $2,000. You want to talk about a dead cat? Well, this is more of like a dead lion bounce. Look at this. So there's the slide for life that Mark Zuckerberg is a creep. He's a limousine liberal, lives behind walls and has armed security, and says you shouldn't be able to defend yourself. He mines your data. He called you a dumb, I'm not going to use profanity on this, but Google what Mark Zuckerberg had to say about people years ago who gave him their data. It begins with an F and it ends with an S, and there's a UCK in the middle. So look at this. So it implodes, tries to get off. This is a little bit of a dead cat bounce, and now here's the market really recognizing that this thing is a dog with fleas. I don't care if they report the best earnings, that they report better earnings than God himself could have reported. This stock is going down. The only way Facebook is going to be saved is when, notice I said when, not if, he resigns. He's got to go. Same thing with Elon Musk at Tesla. They have got to go before those stocks get airborne once again. Jeffrey Gunlock, my spirit animal, he and I were a couple of the only financial professionals to predict not only a Trump victory, but a resulting market rally. He's back agreeing with me. I said this 5 months ago, folks. I said, get out of, once the Russian ads and the this, and I said, that's it. Get out of the FANGs. The only safe one to be in is Amazon, and I was right. Up until recently, when Trump drunk tweeting about Amazon, but last week I said the all clear sounded, and we made a one-day trade on Amazon that made $2,100 in the weekly options program, folks. So good stuff going on, at least here. If you're not having fun trading this market, you're doing it wrong, folks. So again, I'm begging you, and you don't have to attend the sessions live. Everything's recorded, as I just showed you. So register. Go.topgunoptions.com/join OWS. Just come for the rants, man, because I'm just getting warmed up. We got a lot to talk about. The terrorist attack yesterday up in Canada, and I already got into a couple fights on Facebook with some of my Canadian liberal friends who say the cop showed great restraint after the dude kills and maims, 9 or 10, kills 10 people, maims countless more, and then jumps out and points his gun at a cop. Oh, he showed incredible restraint. He showed incredible stupidity. I would have put 1 in his head and 2 in his chest before he hit the ground. That's a come to Canada, you can kill as many people as you want, and our cops won't shoot you. What a difference in mentality between our 51st state and us. People are saying that was an epic restraint. It was epic stupidity. If I was a police chief, I'd fire the guy, because now other officers are going to well, crap. If I shoot a guy who's pointing a gun at me, I might be frowned upon up here in society. A police officer's objective is to keep the peace, but his number one objective is to go home at the end of the night. And that guy was an idiot. But we're gonna talk about this. I got a lot of rants to come. I got to get ready for our 1 o'clock session. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. I'll either see you in the live training session here at 1 o'clock, or you can join me tonight at 7 o'clock, where we're going to talk about hedging our portfolios. All right. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll see you in